hot. I forgot my microphone. Oh. It's very hot here. So, hence why I'm bashing into things and knocking things over. That's not very good, is it? Oh my. Guys, like, you know, whew, it is hot. It is hot. Not even a Coca-Cola can cool me down. That's the last of that. So, it's too hot to write and do more constructive work type things. I did contemplate making a run for the seaside today, but then I remembered I've also got a stream planned in about 6 hours. Top 5 sci-fi shows from 1970 to 1990. Oh my god, how difficult was that to compile that list? It was extremely hard. I'm actually going to go through my top 10 on the stream. And it's my number one choice is very interesting, not what people will be expecting, I suspect. But anyway, I'm going to get into Lone Wolf again today. So my voice is feeling a lot better. I have recovered from my night out with the drinker. And thanks again to Gary and the Friday Night Tights gang, X-Ray, the Krigler, and Quarter Black Garrett. It's good to meet you all. I did a little video about that. I'm hoping to have a few extra co-hosts tonight. A bit of a change of the lineup in the last minute because things happen. But I'll talk about that later. Because for now, we are going to focus on Lone Wolf, if I can get the bloody map up. I thought I had it ready already, but apparently I wasn't as ready as I thought I was. So, Lone Wolf, book 10, map 10. We're not on book 10, we're on book 9, aren't we? We're on book 9. I mean, I do have the map, but in the StreamYard even as my background. And I'm holding it here in my chest, but I have it as a file, which I want to put up. Lone Wolf book 9. Oh, that's the cover. Not helpful. Oh my, where is it? This is a naff start to this stream. Going really well. 6, 7, and 8. Ooh. I thought they were all together here. Oh, what's occurring? Oh, hang on. I've got it under recents. That's why. Forgive me, people. Forgive me. It is very hot. It is very hot here. So, yeah, we have them here. So I'm going to be continuing book 9. I mean, we don't really need the map up because I'm in the city of Tahu, which is where I was going, and I've been captured. So I'm not really sure that we really need the map up, but I think I'd rather have people look at something other than myself for a stream. You know what I mean? So why is it that this is the only one that I can't find? What's up with that? I don't know. This is annoying me now. This is annoying me. Let me just type in Cauldron of Fear. Because I've normally got all of these things open, ready to go. Actually, I don't know why I didn't get them ready to go. Okay, book 9 maybe. Book 9. Let's just do that. Okay. The search parameters in my Mac, I have to say, seem to be a bit shit. I found it. There we go. Okay. All right. We can relax now. I mean, you know, you can relax as far as you are able to relax when you're watching me wearing a white vest, doing my Bruce Willis best. All right, here we go. So, sorry for the delay. There's a couple of people watching. I suspect it's a couple of my regulars. Keith, possibly Desert Phoenix. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Impromptu stream, not planned. Yeah, we'll see how we go. I had to do something because I hate sitting around doing nothing. And yesterday I fell asleep during the day, and then of course, you know, when that happens, it's impossible for you to then sleep later on. So I'm trying to avoid doing that today. Okay, all right. I'm just closing a whole heap of windows here, just to get a bit more organized. And all right, so we are in the kingdom of the Republic of Inari, rather, not a kingdom, Republic of Inari. We've gone to the besieged city of Tahu. Unfortunately, we've been thrown in the jail and had all of our possessions temporarily removed. So I'm just gonna talk about the options. I'm pretty sure 134 was where we were at. I might just double check that on the last video. So disorganized. Like I said, this is an impromptu stream. Wasn't planning on doing this today. I normally do my lone wolf streams on Sunday, early part of Sunday evening. And I may well do one tomorrow. But I think I'm seeing my friend tomorrow. So this is the book we're doing. This is the new edition. Okay, so I'm just gonna see where I got to. Desert Phoenix was the man helping me out last time. Let me just gonna mute myself for a sec. Hold on. Yeah, just double check that. Sorry for the radio silence there. I am on the correct page number. I have been imprisoned. All of my special items and weapons have been removed. I examine my surroundings. The cell is narrow, damp with patches of mould. The discolor of the red stone walls. There's uneven floor that's strewn with filthy mouldy straw. And a stale air is heavy with the stench of rotting food and raw sewage. A solitary window is crisscrossed with bronze bars, greened by age, and below it 1,000 scratches record the passing days of another visitor who fell foul of the gatehouse guard. Anxiously, you cast your eyes around this filthy prison, searching for a chink in its armor that could lead to your escape. If you have the Magna Chi discipline of Nexus, which I do not, I'm probably going to get that next. Turns 202. If you have the Magna Chi discipline of Psi Surge, which I do, and have reached the rank of primate or higher, which I have, turned to 47. Okay, so we're going to page 47, and let's see what happens there. Roctopus. That's a different bit. Always can't go wrong with a roctopus, right? Over the years, the dampness that pervades the prison has taken a heavy toll on the iron cell door. Using your Kai Mastery, you are able to attack the lock mechanism by starting a vibration which shatters its corroded detent, the bar that holds the door shut. Okay, sounds good. Use of your psychic skills costs you 2 endurance points, but it frees you from the cell in under a minute. Oh, record time. I thought we were actually going to be stuck here for a while. Okay, hold on. Just need to do something quickly. Now, okay, so we're going to 185. I'm just going to put this in the chat. 185. And I've got to lose 2 endurance points. My endurance is currently 30 down from 33, but it would have gone up to 32 because of healing, because this is a non-combat section. So actually, I don't need to take anything off right now. Okay. Because I would have gained 2 and lost 2. So I'm going to 185. Let's have a look. Going to 185. Oh, by the way, Desert Phoenix create a character sheet for me using Google Docs, which it looks very lovely. I haven't had a chance to write all my stuff into it yet, but I will. Okay, here we go. At the end of the corridor, a flight of steps leads down to an open prison door. Cautiously, you peer around the doorway and you see a man chained to the wall in the chamber beyond. Kinky. He is lean and sinewy, with jet black hair and a bushy moustache. It all sounds a bit like the village people. Which he has braided into long sideburns in a style known as the Parisian plaits, fashionable among Slavian warriors. He appears to be either asleep or unconscious. As you enter the chamber, moving swiftly and silently towards a staircase on the opposite side, he immediately springs to life. Hold fast, Northlander, he hisses. They'll catch you for sure if you take the stairs. Let me loose, and I'll show you a way to slip out of here quicker than mist through a fishing net. Quickly you consider his offer, but choose to leave him, deciding to trust your Kai instincts to aid your escape. You shake your head and turn to leave, but the man is shrewd. He says something that he knows will change your mind. Does he now? I'm going to 316. I fear my friend has arrived. Who's coming to stay? 316. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. Hold just a second, guys. I'm just gonna say hello. I'm just gonna take myself off for a sec. Haha. Okay. So my friend Juan Carlo has just arrived from Portugal, and he is staying in my spare room, as people do from time to time. So right, let me just get back into this. This did say this was unplanned and impromptu, didn't I? Did I say that already? I think I said that already. Okay. All right. So the man chained to the wall is about to say something that's going to change my mind. I know where your friend is, he says, a note of desperation creeping into his voice. Let's do that again. I know where your friend is. I know where they've stowed your equipment. Let me loose and I'll show you. Grudgingly, you undo the manacles that encircle his wrists. 1,000 thanks. My name is So, Master Thief of Swartina. I'm at your service. He bows. Then he motions for you to follow him through a closed door situated to the open one through which you entered the chamber. This is the second time I've been invited to stay in these lodgings because I decided to cut short my last visit. They thought it best to keep me chained up this time. There's a soft click, and So smiles proudly as he removes the wire from the lock. Ha! That was simple, he says, pushing open the door. Standing in the doorway are two burly guards, one clutching a bowl of food, the other holding a large iron key. I thought that lock opened a bit too easily, mumbles So as he backs away. They drop what they're carrying and draw their swords. Their murderous look in their eyes tells you beyond doubt they are determined to prevent your escape. You must deduct 4 points, or 2, if you possess weapon mastery and have reached the level of tutelary, which I do, from your combat skill for the duration of the fight, as you are without a weapon, attempting to knock the guards out. You fight alone. Sour is cowering behind you, using your body as a shield. Is he now? Bloody cheek. Right, well, this combat is gonna suck because my my endurance is okay. In fact, actually now it will be, after those next 2 passages out of combat, it will actually be back up to normal, which is good. So I'm at 33. But I'll be fighting them with -2 to my combat skill with no weapons at 16, and their combat skill is 20. So that means that I'm fighting them with a -4 advantage. That's really bad. So I could lose this combat, you know. Let's see what happens. Now, incidentally, once I figured out how to get out of that, I had no option but to follow this guy. It never said to me, no, don't go the way he suggests, go up the staircase. So even if I went back and redid this again, I would definitely have to fight these guards, and it would definitely be at a -4 advantage. So, all right, so here we go. Combat. Now, they have endurance of 26. All right, so let me roll a dice, see what happens. That is a 7. 7 on a -4 is I lose 2, so I'm down to 31, and the enemy loses 7, so he is down to, hold on, 19 already. That's good. I'm just going to make a note of this because I can't keep track otherwise. 19, he's on 19. Okay. All right, we're going again. We want to roll high, obviously. 7 again. That's okay. That's all right. I can handle that. So I'm now down to, my endurance is down to 29. And the guards are down to 12. So I'm clearly quite good with my unarmed combat skills. Okay. It's a 5, nearly a 7 again. Okay, not as good. They're down to that takes them down to 7. I lose 4, so I'm now down to 25. I'm going to be having words with this guy after this. Third roll. It's an 8. That's good. That means that they lose 8 damage, so they are dead. And I lose 1. 24. Okay, good. So I took them out. If you win this combat, turn to 259. Just going to pop that number in the chat. Okay, so I'm going 259. See, look, most people have gone out today, which is a sensible thing to do on a day like today. Join some friends, go to a beer garden, that kind of thing. All my friends are married, sadly, and have commitments. So, you know. Anyway. Right. This is the next section, having knocked the guards out. Soul looks at you sheepishly as you search the unconscious guards. Oh, well, I'm no fighter. I've no stomach for it, really. He grimaces at the sight of the battered bodies, but manages to overcome his squeamishness when he spies a gold ring and a full purse on one of them. Your search reveals 4 useful items: 2 swords, 1 dagger, and an iron key. You let Sal keep the ring and the purse, and you hand him one of the swords, which he's reluctant to accept. The other 3 items you keep: dagger, sword, and iron key. Okay. Right, in fact, these are the only items I have at the moment, because everything else of mine has been taken off me. So I'm just adding these. Iron key, adding an iron key to my items. I've got a sword and a dagger. I'm hoping to get back all my shit. After hiding the bodies, you follow Sal as he leads you through chambers and corridors of the South Gatehouse. Twice you're almost discovered, but your Kai skills and Sal's thief-like agility save you from further confrontation until you reach the ground floor of the tower. Turn to 248. Okay. 248. Oh my god, this is a massive section of text. Massive. So let me just put that up there. My phone just buzzed as well. Yeah. Okay, cool. Oh, that's my buddy. Right. Okay. So let's have a look. What am I doing? Crouching in the shadows beneath the staircase, you look to the end of the torchlit corridor where a soldier stands guard before a pair of solid iron gates. Your weapons and equipment are on the other side of that gate, my friend. Oh, hang on, sorry, that's a line of dialogue. Your weapons and equipment are on the other side of that gate, my friend, whispers So. It's the tower strong room, although it's not as strong as they like to think. They caught me once inside, but they never found out how I managed to get in. Now, there's a secret passage that leads through the wall to the stables outside. So if we can get past that guard and into the strong room, we can get your equipment back. I can get what I came for, and we can both get away through the stables. What about my friend? You reply, worried about Bainden's safety. Oh, he's not here. I heard the guards say they were taking him to the Eastgate barracks. I'd worry about his neck after I saved your own if I was you. You stare at the guard, and a plan slowly forms in your mind. You stare at the guard. Give me that purse of silver. You say, holding your hand. Well, wait a minute. Don't argue. You'll get it back. I just need the right sort of bait to hook us this fish. Reluctantly, he hands over the purse. You leave the shadows and creep along the corridor, taking care to avoid the pools of flickering torchlight. When you are within 10 feet of the guard, you begin to lay a trail of silver luna all the way to the staircase. After a few minutes, the guard notices the glint of silver, and he cannot resist the temptation. He leaves his post and begins collecting the coins. You wait tensely, sword in hand, as slowly he approaches. He is within a few feet of your hiding place when suddenly he sees you. He starts to shout for help. You must act quickly, or his cries will summon every guard in the tower. If you have Psi Surge and have reached the rank of Principalin, turn to 84. If you wish to attack him with his sword, turn to 3. If you decide to throw the dagger at him, turn to 215. I wouldn't mind just doing the old movie dagger throw and taking him out like that. That would be very filmic, wouldn't it? Whether it would be successful or not is another matter. I do have size surge. My rank currently is the highest rank possible, so I think I am Principalin, because you go up one rank for every book that you do. I'm playing all the books in order. Well, this is quite cute. It's the internal map look. Yeah, so yeah, no, I must be off that rank. Right, what's it called? Yeah, okay. So I suspect that probably has the greatest chance of success. So even though I want to be kind of Roger Moore, I'm going to Keith has put away his fish and chips. Okay, that's good. Yeah, let's do 84. I'm going to go 84. Damn, it's hot. You focus on the guard, launch a pulse of psychic energy at his brain. He has no defense against such an attack. His body immediately begins to tremble and shake violently. After a few seconds, he lapses into unconscious. Turn to 165. Okay. So that worked. Didn't even have to roll a dice. So looks at the guard. How did you do that? He exclaims incredulously. No time to explain. Turn to 177. Okay. God dear, can we get some choices going? You know, there's a lot of jumping about, but no choices. What's happening? Okay, we've got another. Right, okay. Big section of text. Oh my God. Right. You scoop the stronghold key from the guard's belt, hurry towards the gates while Sal retrieves his silver. Once you're both safely in the strong room, you lock the heavy doors and search for your equipment. The room is stacked high with all manner of goods. Contraband, illegal cargoes impounded at the south gate are all stored here for being either destroyed or sold at auction. It is an open secret that the post of the gatehouse commander is the most coveted in all the Inarian army. You discover all your special backpack items, but your weapons and weapon-like items are nowhere to be seen. However, there are some fine weapons here. So, right, so the summer sword is missing. Sal is busily shifting through the mound of silver and antique jewellery. Comes across a diamond and obsidian signet ring. Oh, I knew it was here. Come, we both got what we want. He beckons you to help him drag a table away from the brickwork. 2 minutes later, he's becoming agitated. He's tapped every brick in the square 6 feet wall, but you cast your eye over the surface with your Kai senses. You tap it casually with the toe of your boot, and a panel slips aside. Ah, lucky guess. Right. Sal follows, and the panel slides closed just as the patrol of angry guards forces open the strong room door. Erase the X mark from your special action to restore your special items and backpacks, but remember to alter your weapons list accordingly. Play option. The presence of special items can greatly affect the difficulty of this adventure. You may choose instead to recover the weapon, like special items here as well. If you recover the Dashna of Vashna here, you must... Right, I don't have the dagger here. I keep it in the monastery. Okay, so I'm just wondering if they're saying here, if you want to make the mission more difficult, you're never going to get your weapons back. In which case, I've lost my silver bow of Duodon, and I've lost my summer sword, the two most coveted weapons. Okay, well, I'm going to list them as missing. I'm not going to cheat. I think this sucks, though, because I have a feeling like I'm not going to get them back at all. And that means I've lost the summer sword, which is really crucial, missing. Okay. Large quiver of bow, missing. Right, well, I'm going to take the broadsword, which I've actually got a skill in. Yeah, I've got a skill in broadsword, which gives me +2, which takes my combat skill with a shield to 22, unless I include Psy Surge. Okay. Or with the bow, 22, or with broadsword. Broadsword. 22. Okay. All right. Large quiver. Right. So currently, then I have a broadsword. I have a regular bow. Bow. 6 arrows in a quiver. And I have a dagger. All right. I'm not going to take the Warhammer. This blows, though. I mean, I hope there's a way of getting those back. 197. We're going to now. 197. Passage is dark and narrow. To make matters worse, the floor is littered with sharp rocks. If you have a Cultate fire sphere, I do. Turn to page 14. Section 14. Okay. Just updating. I'm going to put 14 in the chat here because we've skipped a few numbers. Now, during that time, we beat up the guards. We went along the corridor, accessed the room. This third option now. So that means I've healed 6 points in that time. So my endurance is currently 30 out of 33. Okay. In the glare of your light, you see the panel at the end of the passage loom into view. Damp green vines hang from the wall. However, it is not until you are within a few feet of the panel that you realize that the vines are not vines at all. They are the tentacles of a rocktopus that is nesting in the damp masonry. If you have the Magna discipline of animal control and have reached the rank of primate, I have. Turn to 345. Rocktopus. I love that. What a cool name for a creature, Rocktopus. Because I'm a big octopus guy, so as using your Magna Mastery, you command the deadly Rocktopus to retreat into its burrow. Reluctantly, it responds, drawing its slimy tentacles away from the panel as it wriggles its way deeper into the wall. Okay, 139. There's a picture of the Rocktopus, which if I come across it again, I'll put it up on screen. Cool creature, Rocktopus. Love it. Okay, we are now. The lever that opens the exit is near the ceiling, whispers So. Okay, that was, all right. Casting nervously over his shoulder, he can hear guards scratching at the wall behind, trying to locate the brick which opens the concealed entrance. Your fingers find the lever and you pull it, the panel slides open. You both step into an empty horse stall. As the panel slides back into position, you jam it with a stout piece of timber. Fortunately, the stables are empty of guards. Good luck, Northlander. I hope you find your friend. Remember, they have him locked up in the Eastgate barracks, says Sol. You bid him farewell. As you watch him disappear into the shadows. If you choose to make your way to the Eastgate barracks, turn to 23. If you decide to seek the help of Cheban the magician, Baden's former teacher, turn to 221. So I've got a couple of people watching. Now, I think that my weapons are probably in the barracks. with Baindon, but it might be easier to retrieve both him and the weapons by seeking the help of the magician. So, Keith, what do we reckon? Magician or barracks? I think magician. I'm leaning to magician, which is 221. So I'm going to mark that. But if you want to make a case to why we should go straight to the barracks, speak now or forever hold your peace. Yeah, talk to the magician, Keith. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Go and find Chiban. Baindon once told you that Chiban lives in the city's north district. At the end of the alley, you find a signpost pointing the way north. You walk in the shadows until the coast is clear. You hurry across the street into an avenue called Brooker Court. Okay, and 158. The passage along Brooker Court is hampered by the companies of militia who march to and from the centre of the city. The majority of them are oafish peasants, hastily armed with spear and sword and bullied into a vague semblance of soldiery order by guardsmen from the Tahu garrison. You wait in shadowy doorways and allowing them to pass before continuing to the north district. You're nearing the end of Brooker Court when a man dressed in an ill-fitting tunic staggers drunkenly out of a tavern and collides with you. Sorry, he hiccups and wanders off steadily into an alley to your left. If you have the Magna Carta discipline of divination, which I do, turns 201, we're going to detect something with this man. Immediately you sense that the drunken soldier is not what he seems. He is a skillful pickpocket, and he's just stolen one of your special items. Pick a number from the random number table if the... Okay, right now, and it's offering me a chance to go after him. I am going to go after him. I've rolled a 4. I wish it wouldn't keep rolling under this weird thing here. The item stolen is the first one on your list of non-weapon-like special items. That means he has stolen the Crystal Star Pendant. Oh, there's no way he's having that. I am going after him. 62. I'm going after him. The alley is dark and narrow, but your Kai tracking skills enables you to follow the pickpocket as he makes his hurried escape. Suddenly he senses you're following him and he dives into the side entrance of a large 3-story building. If you follow him into the building, turn to 217. I'm not having that pendant get nicked. I'm coming after this guy. The pickpocket lunges at you at the moment you step into the building. Of course he does. He's wielding a cruel stiletto blade while he attempts to sink it into your chest. Get lost, man. Right, I've got a combat skill of 22 against his 17. So I've got a +5, plus I get +1 for wearing a white vest on a hot summer's day. Okay, not really. Right, let's see what happens. First combat roll. That's a 6. And I've got a +5 on the chart. So that has done 10 points of damage to him, 2 points of damage to me. Oh, by the way, my endurance is back to the max now. So that takes me down to 31. And he goes down. He's got endurance of 25. That takes him down 10, I think it was. Let me just check on the +5 chart. 6. He's got a combat skill of 17. I've got 22. That is +5, yeah. Oh, actually, I did less. I took 1 point of damage only. He took 11. Screw you, buddy. He's got endurance of 26, so that's now down 14. Let's see if we can kill him on this blow. 6 again. Okay, so I've taken 1. He's taken 11 again, so he's taken 24. So he's down to 2. Third round of combat. That is a 6 again. He's dead. Okay, so I lost 3 points in that skirmish. If you win the combat, turn to 155. I certainly did. Bloody cheek. Okay. Thoroughly, you search the clothes and backpack of the dead pickpocket, retrieving your stolen property. Thank you very much. You also discover the following items: 28 Luna, a vial of blue pills. A vial of blue pills? I shit you not. A vial. I've just found some Viagra on this guy. A vial of blue pills. That's man, that's funny. I bet that they didn't know that the connotation of that was going to be in the 80s. I've got a blanket. Okay, very good. 28 Luna. I'll put that down. I don't know if when my stuff got taken, did I get my money back? I think I did, because I think I got everything back except for my weapons. So 28 plus 18 is 38, 46. I've now got 46 Luna. Okay. If you have the Magnified discipline of curing, or you found a vial of blue pills in a previous adventure, you can identify the blue pills by turning to 29. I think I do have curing. I think I do. Yes, I do. 29. Your Kai Mastery enables you to recognize these pills. They are Sabito root tablets made from the compressed, the powdered root of the Sabito plant. They enable the human body to absorb oxygen from water through skin. Consequently, anyone who swallows these pills will be able to breathe underwater. Ah, cool. Okay. You can choose to return to Brooker Court, or you can continue on your way, or you can continue along the alley. I don't know. I think, yeah, he was probably trying to get away. We might run into a bigger bunch of thieves. I think we'll go to Brooker Court and continue. Brooker Court ends at a plaza known as Glassblowers Square. Fair enough. Let's just stop that and put up our map again. All right. Well, hey. All the shops and houses in this area are owned by Glassblowers Guild, and as a symbol of their wealth and influence in this part of the city, each of the slabs that pave the square is made entirely of coloured glass. Each slab is several feet thick. How cool. There are 3 roads leading away from the Plaza of Glass: Lamp Street, Southgate, and Rainbow Lane. Well, Lamp Street is north, and they said he was north, so I say north. So 1110. Now, I'm only going to play this up until, because I've got another stream later, so I don't want to kill my voice. Where are we now? 2 minutes to 3. I'm going to play this no later than 3:30. Okay. 1110. The narrow thoroughfare descends into a maze of broken streets, dark, dank passageways that carry traffic to and from the city's north district. Guided by your basic Kai tracking skills, you wend your way through these dingy lanes until you finally arrive at Leech Street and the house of Cheban the Magician. Okay, good. 75. Might have been interesting to check out some of those other streets, actually. Wouldn't mind going back and doing that. Oh, cool picture. Gonna have to these guys look like they've just taken some drugs. Oh, hello, we're very pleased to see you. Check out the eyes on these guys. Okay, what's going on? It is a great building of polished red stone with small diamond windows. You pass beneath its arched gateway and climb tilted steps. Sure I do. Let me just put this back on here. Again, I might abbreviate some of this text. To the front door. Twice you rap twisted iron knocker and wait expectantly for the portal to creep open. Minutes later, it swings back and 2 men stand in the doorway. I have to admit, I thought the one behind was a woman. One is the grey-haired aristocratic figure of Jaban. The other, to your utter astonishment, is your companion, Baindon. "Lone Wolf," says the young magician, his voice filled with surprise and delight. "You're free, but how?" "I could ask the same of you, Baindon," you reply. "Didn't come and get me, did you, bastard? I heard of my former pupil's arrest and made arrangements for his release. We were just discussing how to secure your freedom, but it would appear such plans are not necessary." He turns his kindly gaze to you. "I'm honored to meet you, young Kai. I have knowledge of that which you seek, and I shall aid you so that I shall aid you all I can so that you may recover it." My God, that was a mouthful. The master magician beckons you to both follow him into his study. At the center is a large circular table covered with parchments, etc. "You must be famished from your journey. Come, eat, enjoy." For a few seconds, the shimmering pool of light fills the space, and then it fades, leaving a sumptuous meal in its wake. You eat this. 6 points. Well done. Chiban offers you a vial of Remdil's elixir if you wish to accept this rare potion. Put it on your action chart. There's enough for 1 dose. It's a backpack item. If you have a herb pouch, you can put it there. Consumed after combat, it restores 6 endurance points. Okay, so I've just had 6 endurance points restored. I only needed 3 anyway, so I'm currently back to max. That's good. And I now have in my backpack, in the pouch section, Rendil's elixir. Elixir. +6 endurance points. All right. Okay. Don't feel like I'm getting very far with this. Turn to 269. 269. Okay. Once you finish the meal, you talk at length about the journey from Desi, your quest for the Law Stone of Tahu. Chiban produces a map of the city, which he unfurls on the floor of his study. It's the only surface not cluttered with magical equipment. With his toe, he points to the location of the Tahu Cauldron. It is in the Square of Dragons in the west district of the city. The cauldron is a funnel-shaped hollow with a circular shaft at the base. Shaft descends to the ruins of an ancient city of Zarax, some 500 feet below the streets of Tahu. Legend says the Law Stone was thrown into the cauldron to prevent the Black Zarkon of Vasagonia from capturing it during the Great Caudrone War. The shaft was closed and remained sealed for the past 350 years. He looks up from the map and you notice that his smiling features are now sad and composed. At dawn, the armies of the Dark Lord Nag will be at the gates of the city and the Battle of Tahu will have begun. My duty here is the defense of my beloved city, otherwise I would accompany you on the search. There is only one man who can help you now, for he is the only one that can grant you access to the shaft that descends to Zargrax. He is President Tolter of Anari. Come, I will arrange an audience with him immediately. Okay, well, we're going to see the president. It's all becoming serious. 208. I think I might call it on this presidential meeting. But with a casual wave of his hand, Chiban conjures up a quill and a sheet of parchment. He begins to dictate the request for an audience, and the quill moves of its own accord, as if guided by an invisible hand. The request, once completed, is then dispatched by messenger to the Inarium, the House of the Senate, where the members of the governing council gathered for an emergency assembly called by the president himself. Within the hour, the message returns with a scroll bearing the presidential seal. He has agreed to hear your plea, Lone Wolf, says the magician. Bainham congratulates you. You feel your spirits rise, but Chiban seems a little disappointed. I was expecting a private audience, but in the view of the current situation, I suppose it is the best we can hope for. sort of doing a bit more of a wizard voice. You must appear before the Senate this evening and state your reasons for wishing to enter the Tahu Cauldron. They will consider your request and vote accordingly. If they grant their approval, only you may enter. If they forbid you entry, you may not appeal against it. Their decision will be final. He hands the scroll and arranges for his personal coach to take you to the Inarium. As you climb into the passenger seat, he and Baindon wish you good luck. I shall pray to Ishtar for your success, says Chaban. And I shall pray that we are still alive to see your triumph return, old friend, says Baindon. As you exchange a farewell wave, turn to 300. Okay, how are we doing for time? All right, going to go a little bit longer. 300. My God, this is another massive piece of text, and it would appear that my audience is anything but private. As I seem to be going into this chamber with all these people overlooking it. Look at that. See what I mean? Bit of a public gallery situation. Okay. Let's have a look. Great flagstone precinct at the entrance of the Inarium is packed with hundreds of people. Senate officials and soldiers and a myriad of citizens crowd the steps that give you access to the grand foyer and outer chambers of the hall. You notice that a side entrance is being used exclusively by army scouts. They arrive with dispatches and leave with orders for the lookouts hidden in the surrounding hills. You take a calculated gamble and order the carriage driver to draw up at the side entrance. This bold move pays off. Upon seeing your presidential scroll, not only do the guards allow you entrance to the Inarium, they also escort you to the appellant's gallery inside the assembly hall itself. From your seat in the gallery, you stare down at an oval ring hall with 12 arches beneath which senators of the Inari sit upon throne-like chairs of lacquered green oak. President Tolteltra occupies a seat in the center of the hall and presides over a heated discussion that is raging back and forth. Having heard all sides of the argument, he calls for a vote, and the issue is decided by a show of hands. We now come to an extraordinary matter, which has been raised by one of our most eminent of citizens, says the president. He turns to the gallery and calls out, Summerlanding appellant, Lone Wolf, please make yourself known to the assembly. You rise from your seat and bow to the senators. Please present your request to us, Lone Wolf, says the president. A hush descends on the hall as you explain the purpose of your journey to Tahu. When you have finished, the president calls upon the senators to speak. I say we should help the Summerlanding, pipes the voice of Senator Zilaris. If Lone Wolf finds the law stone, its power could turn the tide and save Tahu from the clutches of the Dark Lord Nag. And I say we should refuse to open the cauldron, booms the powerful voice of Senator Chill. I say if it were not for Lone Wolf's presence in our city, we would be spared the attention of Dark Lord Nag. This Summerlanding is the object of the Dark Lord's anger and spite. I say we should give Lone Wolf to Nag, and in doing so we'll save our city, our country, and our people and ourselves. A surge of support echoes from the archers, and your skin prickles at the thought of what could happen. President Talita calls for a vote to decide whether the Senate should allow you to enter the cauldron or use you to bargain for peace with the Dark Lord Nag. Tensely, you await the result. The votes are cast and counted, and the Senate is split evenly, 6 votes for you and 6 votes against. The decision now rests with the president himself. He must cast the deciding vote. Pick a number from the random number table. If you possess a Lortha's invitation, I feel like I do. Yes, an invitation to stay at Lortha's. I do have that. You may subtract 1 from the number. Okay, guys, I'm gonna get my thing up here. All right. I need to roll low, I'm guessing. I rolled a 2, which is a 1, which is go to 58. See which way the vote's gone. Ah, well, looks like it's gone in my favour. Standing beside the president's chair is a solid marble plinth with a bronze beacon, the Anarian symbol of law and order. The president moves his hand to the padded arm of the chair, presses a button. There's a flash of ignition. A jet of green flame roars upwards to the dome ceiling. The Senate votes to aid your quest, Lone Wolf, says Senator Zolaris. Come, we'll escort you to the Square of Dragons and make preparations for the cauldron to be opened. The assembly is dissolved and the state coaches are summoned to take you and all of the senators to the Tahu Cauldron. You share a carriage with the president, Senator Zolaris, and Senator Chill, who is anxious to apologize for opposing the majority vote. I trust you will forgive me, Lone Wolf. I merely proposed what I thought was best for my country, but now I realize I was wrong. You nod benignly, if only in hope that he will cease his fawning. So I feel I must make amends for my misguided action in the Senate. If Lone Wolf is to enter the cauldron tonight, surely it is our duty to offer full support. I propose that we visit one of my warehouses where the Kai Master is free to take anything he may use to assist in his mission. The president agrees and the carriage is redirected to a warehouse near the Square of Dragons. Senator Chi many business interests in the city. He supplies much of the weaponry. So I'm able to take shield. I've already got most of these things. Okay, so 6 more arrows. Now, there's a chainmail waistcoat. I don't know if I already have one of those. Let's have a look. I have a +2 chainmail waistcoat, but this one, that was my old one. This one is a +4. Okay, so my endurance now goes up to 35 from 33. That's nice. Potion of Aletha increases your combat by +2 when swallowed immediately prior to combat. It lasts for the duration of 1 combat only. Okay, so I'll take that as well. Potion of Aletha. I think at the end of this section, this is a good place for me to stop for today, because I do have my other stream and I have a friend here who I feel like I'm being rude. Potion of Aletha +2 combat. Combat for 1 battle. Okay. Canteen of water. Okay, I've already got that. I don't need a lantern. Okay. Now, I still have not found my weapons that were taken off of me. And I feel like I want them. I wonder if I had gone straight to the guardhouse earlier. I would have got those. So I'm just gonna it's good to keep track of those blue pills. Oh yes, indeed, sir. Got a whole box full of them somewhere. I'm gonna just go back to 185. I'm curious to see if I went to the gatehouse to find Baindon, I would find my weapons. Right, so it's not as far back as that. Let's try 259. Um, 14. Forgive me for a second. Right, so just getting past the octopus. 3, 4, 5, 1, 3, 9. 1, 3, 9. Okay, right. So if I had wanted to go to the Eastgate Barracks earlier, before I did all of this, I would have gone to 23. And then there's several options there, and then that would have taken me to 337, because I've got the pathmanship skill. 337 leads directly to the East Bay, the place where Sog said, confident of the direction you get there. Okay, 250. Okay, you arrive at the Eastgate Barracks. Question the mercenaries, enter the barracks unnoticed. So, well, let me attempt to get into the barracks noticed. Just checking. Right, so 124 is where I got to. Just being clear. 68, I think it was, to enter the barracks unnoticed. I'm just curious to see if I could have retrieved my weapons. You wait for the mercenaries to finish their pipes, blah, 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 blah. Oh, and they make... At least we don't have to feed him now. Right, so you know that so basically you find out the Bainden's not there, and then you retrace your steps and head out, and then you've got a couple of options. So you still don't get a chance to retrieve your weapons. That's interesting. Yeah, I do need the summer sword. I'm not... now, I could have... Of course, my character could have said, I demand the return of the summer sword, at the point that if we were doing this as an RPG, having been granted by the Senate, you know, my mission, which is actually to assist the city, I would have said, well, I want all my possessions back. And I think it would be fair and reasonable to assume that I could get them back at that particular point in time. However, I will stick with what's in the book for now. But I do think if the book ends with me not being given them back, I could demand to have them back at that point. But we'll see what happens. Okay, so I'm up to 124. 124 is the last entry. Going to leave that there for today. Just a short one. Hours. It wasn't that short. It was an hour. Right, so guys, don't forget, 9 o'clock tonight. And I may or may not still be wearing my Bruce Willis vest, but 9 o'clock tonight, I am doing the top 5 sci-fi stream. Can you guess what my number 1 is? From 1970. until 1990. Now, I think I've got the soundtracks for all of my top 5 as well, so I'm going to have them ready to show you guys. All right, that's it from me. Thanks very much for tuning in to this rather niche gaming stream. But as the Gourd King always says to me, when you're fighting pumpkins, who needs computer graphics? I'll see you again later in a few hours' time.